You are here because a prayer was answered. For weeks, the heavens have held a silence, waiting for the exact alignment of the stars and the readiness of your spirit. That time is now. A profound and long-withheld revelation is circling you at this very second, finally permitted to break through the veil. Heaven has chosen this exact moment to remove the scales from your eyes. Beloved, the secret concerning your prosperity, your lineage, and your true calling is unfolding. You must not move. You must witness this to the end. This is sacred. The moment you began reading, a portal opened. Your frequency synchronized with cosmic destiny. And Archangel Raphael, the divine healer who has been mending the tears in your spirit you couldn't even feel, is speaking directly to you now. He says, your path was obscured. Not by chance, not by accident, but by a careful interference. A plan woven by someone who shares your table, your blood, or your trust. They wear a mask of concern, but beneath it lies a fear of your ascent. Raphael says your family line holds a secret, a resource, a legacy, a key that was always meant to be placed in your hands. But it was diverted. And you have felt this absence in your bones, wondering why doors close just as you approach, why a quiet emptiness echoes in your prosperity. That feeling, beloved, is your soul remembering what your life has forgotten. The truth about your abundance is here. Wait. Do not close this page. Do not think this is random, for Raphael did not guide your hands to this message without cause. A celestial intervention was authorized at dawn. To turn away now is to allow the door to seal once more. Listen, with every fiber of your being, for what comes next will redefine your history. The universe declares, my child, the inheritance of joy, the inheritance of stability, the inheritance of destined opportunity was inscribed with your name. But a hand reached in and altered the script. You know this hand. You have broken bread with it. You have confided in it. Their insecurity about your light became a chain around your destiny. Raphael witnessed this. He has worked tirelessly to untangle the cords, but the cosmos had to wait until your spirit was fortified enough to bear the weight of this truth. That time is now. Yes. Even in your weariness. Even in your doubt. That doubt is not yours, it is the echo of their limitations. The truth is, you are more powerful than they ever dared to let you believe. And now, child of the stars, hear this. The wealth was not misplaced by fortune. It was redirected by intention. Not by a stranger in the shadows, but by a familiar face in the light. Someone who celebrates with you but mourns your victories in private. Someone who speaks support yet breathes restriction when you turn your back. Raphael says this truth must now reach your conscious mind. He says you are on the verge of discovering that your history was rewritten, that agreements were made in hushed tones, that your rightful place was exchanged for a lesser one. If your skin tingles, it is because your soul is vibrating in recognition. Beloved, do not stop. The action you take in these next moments will alter the trajectory of your life. You will feel a stirring within, a surge of energy, a pang of grief, a flash of clarity. This is your divine essence, shaking off its slumber. Sacred Missive. If you have read this far, the cosmos has parted the clouds for you. Type "I am ready" below. This is your signal to Archangel Raphael that you are prepared. Prepared to reclaim what was diverted, prepared to realign your fate, prepared to accept what was yours before it was hidden behind closed doors and unspoken pacts. For Raphael says, this is not an ending. It is a genesis. Good. Then remain, for the next words are not mere text. They are vibrational codes. This is not a message you read, it is a transmission your spirit decodes. You were always meant to receive this, but static was fed into your frequency. You were kept distracted, busy with survival. But now Raphael has cleared the channel. And he is not murmuring. He is proclaiming. Do you sense it? That pull beneath your breastbone. That is not anxiety. That is remembrance. It has been imprisoned within you, beating against its cage. The angels have collected every tear you thought was unseen, waiting for the day you would understand that what you sought was never gone. It was concealed. And Raphael has seen every altered document, every unexplained loss, every promised opportunity that dissolved into air. Excuses, omissions, manipulation, all wrapped in a guise of protection so you would not question. But the Celestial Council has declared, enough. Raphael says the signature that was faded was yours. The property they said was never yours resonated with your energy. The fund they said was depleted was never empty, it was siphoned away from your destiny, my child. How long have you felt perpetually on the brink? As if blessings were perpetually one step ahead, delayed by a day, a phone call, a mysterious complication. That was not luck. That was design. But that design is now crumbling. You may have heard fragments of conversation in your dreams. You may have glimpsed symbols, deeds, rings, locks. You may have felt a sensation of something being lifted from your grasp while you stood paralyzed. Beloved, those were not mere dreams. They were echoes. They were clues. And this message is the cipher that makes them clear. Let this resonate in the depths of your being. Raphael says, someone who calls you kin has been the steward of a resource meant for you. They have benefited from its presence, but now they are anxious because the universe is flooding you with insight. And insight is the most potent force in the universe for one who has been kept in the dark. Insight dissolves deception. Once you know, you cannot unknow. So, Raphael is placing a lens of clarity in your hands now. You must be steadfast enough to look through it. There is a witness. A man. He knows the full story. He is not the architect, but he observed it. He remained silent out of obligation or fear. Now he wishes to speak. He is only waiting for a sign that you are prepared to listen. If you feel a current down your spine, it is because his energy is near you now. He is gathering his courage. But you must make the first energetic move. Declare it within yourself now, I am ready to see all that was kept from me. Say it with conviction. With breath. With spirit. Say it as the sovereign being you are. For the moment you do, your entire aura will reconfigure, and the universe will begin to unlock every pathway sealed by deceit. Raphael confirms there are assets that bear your energetic signature. They are real. They are documented, but the records have been misfiled, labeled incorrectly, buried under layers of bureaucracy and false narratives. The moment you complete this reading, a mechanism will engage in the realm of cause and effect. A chain will break. A seal will crack. It will happen in the quiet, but it will be undeniable. And then, a synchronicity will occur. You may receive a misplaced phone call. An old letter may fall from a book. A stranger may share an odd piece of information. There are no accidents in the divine plan. Not anymore. That event will lead you to a document. That document will lead you to a location. That location will hold a truth. And that truth will restore what was attempted to be erased. Raphael is orchestrating this to culminate within the next 11 days. But he says you must not second-guess or hesitate. To scroll away now may reset the cycle for years. So, if you have come this far, do not dare to disconnect. For the source is observing, and it is proud. It knows the silent battles you've fought just to remain whole. The suppressed screams, the performative joy, the disorientation, and still, you stood. You did not shatter. And for that, the cosmos is compensating you. Raphael says, tell them their restoration is already in motion, but they must not let old fears abort the process. So I tell you, your restoration is already in motion. Someone will soon approach you, their demeanor casual, their questions light. But they will be measuring your awareness. Observe their posture. Observe their eyes. The fleeting glance away, the fidgeting hands. They may offer help, but inwardly they are unsettled, for you are awakening, and an awakened spirit cannot be managed. Now, hear this. There is a sum, a holding, a deed, of significant value, that has been under another's authority but was always meant to fuel your journey. They convinced themselves you would never uncover it. But now your awareness is growing. And awareness is divine light. That light is now within you. Let it shine. Good. Keep your heart receptive, for what you will read next may feel like a tremor, but its purpose is liberation. Archangel Raphael speaks, if you are still here, I have already begun to recalibrate the events of your life. What once took decades may now unfold in moons. What was once stagnant will now begin to flow, but only to those who have the courage to receive. And you, beloved, are among the courageous. Raphael is not just speaking, he is acting. At this very moment, as your eyes trace these words, he is dissolving blockages in the energetic field. Financial knots are loosening. Hidden clauses are surfacing. The web they spun to keep you contained is fraying because you have finally stepped into the luminosity of truth. And the truth is, you were never inadequate. You were the subject of a silent campaign. They perceived your radiance before you did. They sensed your potential before you owned it. And they did what insecure hearts often do, they redirected the flow, they complicated the path, they spoke in contradictions. They made you feel you were too much, that you expected too much, that you should be content with less. But the universe says, my child, I did not design you for less. I designed you for abundance. Raphael says, one of your deepest pains has not been the lack of material things, but the betrayal of trust. The way they looked into your eyes and offered comfort while withholding truth. The way they witnessed your striving and said nothing. The way they let you plead with fate for answers while they sat on knowledge that could have transformed your life. But here is what they did not comprehend: the angels were recording. Every stifled sob, every diverted chance, every falsified line, the heavens kept a record. And now the heavens are settling accounts. The universe says the harvest they diverted is now returning to you. The resources they redirected will find their way back. But you must walk in absolute faith. No old stories, no hesitation. And yes, it may arrive suddenly, in a form you did not anticipate. A call from a financial advisor. An email with an unexpected attachment. A forgotten safe deposit box key. When it happens, do not dismiss it. That is your marker. That is your cosmic receipt. Listen intently. There is an account, a property, or an investment that has your name or essence tied to it. You were removed from it, methodically and quietly, and they believed the silence would be eternal. But the silence is now breaking. You are stepping into revelation. Archangel Raphael says, "You will recognize who I speak of by their sudden need to control the narrative." The moment you speak of newfound clarity or opportunity, they will become agitated. They may try to minimize your hopes, change the subject, or inject doubt. It is because the foundation of the old story is trembling. Do not confront them. Do not engage in their drama. Move in quiet assurance, for the cosmos fights in a different way. The universe says you will not need to wage war. I will handle it for you. There is an elder from your bloodline, now past, who adored you. She has been a fierce advocate in the spirit realm. She intended more for you. She left something behind, but it was intercepted. Raphael says she is the reason this message found you. She intervened. And now she watches, hoping you will not let this moment slip. Beloved, this is not the time for slumber. This is not the time to question your worth, for something monumental is being inscribed into your destiny at this very second. The kind of miracle that silences critics. The kind of blessing that compels hidden truths to the surface. The kind of shift that defies logic and can only be experienced. Sacred Missive, a midpoint reminder from the angels. If your spirit is trembling, it is because it is recognizing its own reflection. Do not let this moment pass as others have. Acknowledge your readiness. That single act signals to the spiritual realms that you are claiming your realignment. Do not delay. This is cosmic timing. Now, draw nearer. There is something more Raphael needs you to understand. Your coming blessing is not merely transactional. It is transformational. It is about reclaiming the identity that was shrouded in uncertainty, guilt, and manufactured confusion. When you reclaim these resources, you will also reclaim your voice, your authority, your divine blueprint. They thought constraining your means would constrain your spirit, but you were never small. You were dormant. Now you are stirring. Raphael says there will be resistance. Someone will sense your shift and attempt to pull you back into old emotional patterns with guilt or chaos. Do not comply. Do not get entangled. Simply observe. Stay centered. Keep listening, for the cosmos is clearing a path that only you can walk. The universe says, before this season turns, I will give you a sign so unmistakable, so peculiar, so potent, that your faith will be cemented. This is your pillar of fire moment. Do not let the brilliance alarm you. Let it lead you. Raphael sees what is approaching, a reconciliation, a disclosure, a restoration. He says, a pivotal piece of information will come from an unexpected messenger, perhaps a colleague, an old friend, or even a newcomer. When they speak, you will feel it in your core, a jolt of certainty, a wave of peace. For the cosmos has one objective now, to return what was taken. Resources, influence, peace, dignity, all of it. You are not cursed. You were camouflaged, but now you are being revealed. And beloved, the old energy is trembling. Good. Stay present. Do not blink. Do not turn away, for these next words are for your spirit alone. Archangel Raphael declares, the restoration is now irrevocable. The moment you read this line, a sequence is initiated. What was blocked will begin to move. What was taken will be revealed. What you thought was lost will return to you at speed. But understand, this will not come with fanfare. It will come as a whisper, a déjà vu, a recurring number, a person who let slip a crucial detail, a dream that lingers all day. And when it comes, you will know. You will pause and feel that sacred stillness within, the same stillness you feel now. That is not coincidence. That is divine momentum. Raphael says someone in your familial or social circle knows the entire story. They signed something, or they were present when it was signed, and for years they have held their tongue. Perhaps they were given a share. Perhaps they were made to believe you were not worthy. Or perhaps they feared the person you would become if you were fully empowered. None of that matters now, for cosmic law is undoing what mortal hands tried to manipulate. And child, it will astonish them. You were not supposed to see this. It was not in their plan. But divine timing supersedes every earthly agreement. The source stepped in. Raphael labored on your behalf. And now it is unfolding. There will be a revelation, but not a dramatic showdown. It will emerge softly, almost organically, a file found, a diary entry, a recorded conversation thought to be deleted. And in that moment, your name will be restored on the ledger, on the title, in the record. And no one will be able to dispute your place, for the universe has already affirmed what was denied to you. You may feel unsteady. Your head may spin. Your heart may race. That is not fear. That is activation. Your energy is upgrading to receive what you have always been worthy of. Raphael says, tell them this, what is coming is not just a settlement. It is a divine correction. A recalibration for years of breach of trust, pain, and delay. And it will arrive with favor, with protection, with swiftness. Someone's actions will be exposed, but not by your hand. The truth will emerge of its own accord, like a root breaking through stone. And when it does, the narratives they crafted about you will disintegrate. Those who once doubted will seek you out. They will apologize, marvel, offer support, for they will finally see what the cosmos always saw: you are marked for grace. The universe says, I am not merely returning funds. I am restoring your foundation. Yes, your foundation. The one they tried to undermine with gossip, lack, and subtle sabotage. But the source hid your true inheritance where their hands could not reach. And now it is guiding you directly to it. Raphael says, the person who wronged you is fearful. Their peace has evaporated. They dream of you now, not struggling, but radiant, holding documents of ownership, speaking with authority. It terrifies them, for in their deepest being, they always knew this reckoning would arrive. And now it has. So what do? You maintain your alignment. You commune with your guides. You ask Archangel Raphael to continue healing the channels of flow. You light your candle not as a plea, but as a declaration: I am not alone. I am witnessed. The cosmos is dedicated to my justice. The universe says, I am not only returning the resource. I am healing the wound it created. For they did not just steal a financial opportunity. They stole time, confidence, and trust. That ends now. You will no longer flinch at the thought of wealth. You will no longer feel unworthy of overflow, for this time it is sacred. This time it is pure. Raphael is placing a spiritual ledger in your hands. In it is every detail they thought was erased: your name, the figures, the witnesses, the hidden transactions, the misdirected mail, the silent understandings. All is being unveiled now, fragment by fragment. And soon, very soon, you will look back on this moment and say, that was the turning point. Because it is. This transmission is a threshold, and you have crossed it. Archangel Raphael is serene now. He knows you remained. He knows you did not look away. He knows your soul is alight. And he knows you are ready, ready to receive, ready to lead, ready to walk from constriction into divine expansion. The universe says, tell them the angels are singing because they finally heard. Your restoration is in motion. Your adversaries cannot halt it. Your circle cannot conceal it. Your past cannot negate it. The only thing that could hinder it is disbelief. And you have already released that. So now, watch. Within 72 hours, something will pivot. A discovery, a hint, a vision, a call. Record it when it arrives, for that will be the first fissure in the dam holding back your blessing. And once that dam breaks, the deluge will come. Be prepared to receive it. You are chosen. You are shielded. You are returning to everything that was taken. The truth about your abundance is here, and it is finally yours. Yes, stay with me. This is the moment where the cosmos leans in. Archangel Raphael has not concluded, for you must hear the final, most potent part. You have endured to this point because your soul recognized this as more than a message. It is an activation, a sacred key. Now that the lock has turned, you must walk through in full trust. Raphael says, the one who altered your course hoped you would sleep forever. But now you are not only awake, you are remembering. Remembering who you are. Remembering what was taken. remembering the promise made to your spirit before you entered this life. This final part is the fulfillment. The universe says, "My child, the reason you've always felt too sensitive, too visionary, or too intense is because you are wired for sacred stewardship. You carry lineage codes, intuitive sight, generational talents. Those who could not comprehend tried to suppress this. But you cannot suppress what is divine. You can only delay it. The delay is now over." Raphael says, "One final truth is ascending. One that may ache briefly but will liberate you eternally. Are you prepared? Breathe. There is a second legacy. Not merely the one that was taken, but another, concealed even deeper. It was not only withheld, it was never activated, because no one believed you were equipped to wield it. But Raphael says you have passed every test. Every instance you chose compassion over bitterness. Every time you extended help while you yourself were in need. Every time you shared from your scarcity, that was your initiation, and you passed. Now the cosmos is activating the second inheritance. Not just material, but soul wealth. Portals will open for you that defy conventional explanation. Alignments will occur that make no linear sense. People will ask, "How did you get that break, that connection, that insight?" And you will offer a gentle smile, knowing the angels orchestrated it. Raphael says your blessing will confound those who said your time had passed. They will have no choice but to watch what they tried to bury rise to heights they could never envision. But you must do one final thing, you must forgive. Not for their sake, but for your own. For forgiveness is the master key. When you release the residue of resentment, your spirit will expand so vastly that nothing in this realm will be able to obstruct the arrival of your blessing. And beloved, the blessing is already en route. You may feel waves of emotion. That is not fragility. That is breakthrough. Your physical vessel is integrating a higher frequency. Let the tears flow. Let the chills cascade. That is your soul whispering, "At last. The waiting is over." Raphael says that within days, an invitation will come, a reconnection, an intuition. In that moment, you must speak from your center, from your spirit, not from the old wound. You will know what to say. The angels will speak through you, and truth will flow from your lips as if it had always been waiting there. A gateway will open, and on the other side, your name will be illuminated where they tried to dim it. The universe says you were never disqualified. You were being prepared. And now you are ready. The resources will come, but so will serenity. So will honor. So will elevation. So will authentic connection. This is not a temporary fix. This is your renaissance. Archangel Raphael says, "Tell them they are not poor. They are not behind. They are not forgotten. They are legacy. And this message is their decree. So wear it now. Inhale it. Let it settle into your marrow. For from this moment forward, you do not walk as one who was victimized. You walk as one who knows the cosmos contends for them. The truth about your abundance is here. The truth about your identity is here. The truth about your purpose is here. And nothing will ever be the same again. Observe what happens next. Observe who reaches out. Observe who behaves oddly. Observe who cannot meet your gaze. Observe who suddenly produces long-lost information wrapped as good news. This is not happenstance. This is divine order. Raphael has gone before you. The path is clear. The angels are singing. You need not force anything. Simply abide in faith. It is yours, now and always. You are still here. That means your soul is listening at its deepest level. So listen more closely. What is happening around you is not chaos. It is not confusion. It is divine reassembly. Archangel Raphael says, when the cosmos begins to restore what was diverted, it often appears as if structures are collapsing. In truth, they are collapsing into their rightful order. You may feel unusual in the coming days, strangely fatigued or electrically alive. You may have lucid dreams. You may wake with a word on your lips, a sequence of numbers, or a childhood memory resurfacing with new meaning. That is not random. That is synchronization. That is your spirit attuning to the divine movement in the unseen. Raphael says, do not dismiss the synchronicities this time. For in the past, you rationalized them away. You called it overthinking. You told yourself the flutter in your stomach was just nerves. You said, I'm probably imagining things. You were not. You were sensing the truth before it materialized, and now it is materializing. Someone will approach you with casual conversation, a spontaneous visit, a seeming coincidence. But behind their eyes will be a flicker of alarm, because they sense you know. Your energy has transformed. You are not the version of yourself they once influenced. You have shifted planes. You have entered the domain of sovereign awareness. And once a soul becomes sovereign, there is no return to sleep. Raphael says, the one who redirected your legacy is losing their peace. And soon they will lose the secrecy they purchased, for your ancestral guides are rising, your angels are assembled, and the universe has issued the decree, return what belongs to my child. Do you feel that warmth in your center? That is power restored. They did not merely withhold resources, they withheld experiences, milestones, moments of joy. And still, you persisted. Still, you found reasons to smile. Still, you held faith. And that is why the cosmos rewards you, not for perfection, but for purity of heart. Raphael shares one more urgent truth. You are not only about to receive a hidden legacy. You are about to become the one who shatters this pattern for all time. Yes, you. Not your predecessors. You are the pivot point. For what is coming to you will be more than reparation. It will be the seed of a dynasty. Assets, stability, a platform, not merely for you, but for those who follow you. The cycle of scarcity ends with you. But you must remain attentive to the signs. A paper will surface. A confession will slip out. An administrative error will reveal what they never intended you to see. You will recognize the moment it happens. Your breath will catch. Your mind will grow still. You will know, this is it. Raphael says when that moment arrives, do not react from emotion. Respond from wisdom. Speak sparingly, listen profoundly, document everything. For this time, you will hold the evidence, and the cosmos will validate every detail. Your breakthrough is already sending ripples through time. A record from the past is being retrieved. A professional is being prompted to review an old case. An elder is being spiritually compelled to unburden their conscience. It will begin as a trickle, then become a torrent, for this is not merely a message. This is prophecy in manifestation. Raphael is now raising his caduceus, not in wrath, but in restoration. And its energy is severing the last cords of resistance. You may feel lighter, or spacey, or washed with emotion after this reading. That is spiritual integration. You are being prepared to carry something significant, sacred, and life-altering. Beloved, here is the ultimate truth: the universe is about to reward you in the full view of those who mocked your faith. Yes. They chuckled. They dismissed you. They called you naive. Said you were too hopeful. Said you believed in fairy tales. But they did not see the legions stationed around you. They did not hear the prayers that filled the night. They did not feel the angelic presence that comforted you in despair. But the cosmos witnessed it all. And now the cosmos responds. Raphael says, the resources that are coming will arrive with grace, speed, and without sorrow attached, for this time they come clean. No guilt, no hidden strings, only benevolent flow. This is your sacred recompense. For the years you wondered, for the truths you were denied, for the opportunities you missed, for the loyalty you gave but did not receive in return. All is being reconciled now. You are not just receiving assets. You are receiving your whole self, the version that is free, fearless, and fulfilled. So, do not panic when the ground shifts. Do not retreat when people act from confusion. Do not doubt what you have felt here, for by the time this lunar cycle completes, you will look back and whisper, it was all true. And it is. This is real. This is divine. And this is only the beginning. Take a deep, anchoring breath now. Let it settle. For this final wave, this last segment, is not a story. It is a confirmation. You have walked through every line with valor, and now the heavens are closer than your own heartbeat. Archangel Raphael stands beside you in a profound quiet. Not for lack of words, but because your soul already comprehends what follows. Beloved, it is arrival. Yes. What was delayed is arriving. What was distorted is coming into focus. What was held in another's name is being returned to your hands, not by human effort, but by cosmic law. The universe is not sending you a promise. It is sending you proof. Raphael says, what was signed against your interest will now testify for you. A reversal of energetic contracts. A shaking of hidden foundations. Your name, emerging from archives that were buried, erased, or forgotten. But nothing is forgotten when the source is the scribe. The cosmos has observed you in silence. Seen how you stood when you had no pillar. Seen how you gave when your own cup was empty. Seen how you offered kindness when you had every right to withhold. You thought it went unnoticed, but Raphael noticed. And so did the one who sent him. Now you are about to witness what divine recompense looks like. Not a meager refund, but overflow. Honor. Vindication. The universe is not merely replacing what was taken, it is multiplying it. But Raphael advises, be prudent with what comes, for your newfound stability will attract both light and shadow. Some will genuinely celebrate. Some will scrutinize. Some will suddenly remember their support for you. Only you will know the full journey. And that knowing will be your protection. You will move differently, speak differently, decide differently, for you have navigated the valley of deception and emerged with wisdom. You will not repeat those patterns. You are not just stepping into resources, you are stepping into mastery. Raphael also reveals one final name. It may not come immediately, but it will surface, in a dream, on a screen, in an overheard remark. When it does, your intuition will flare. Do not ignore it. That name is the gateway to your next chapter. It could be an executor, a relative, a notary, a banker, a connector. They may not even be aware of their role, but the cosmos will use them. For your blessing is not limited by human willingness, it is governed by whom the divine chooses to employ. So, do not question the vessel. Stay in the flow. Stay alert. Stay open. The universe says the shift will commence in stillness but culminate in celebration. You may find yourself waking with purpose, compelled to organize your space, noticing repeated patterns, like 222 or 555, hearing songs that feel like direct messages, seeing headlines that mirror your thoughts. People from your past may re-enter your life. It is all part of the symphony. Raphael says, the heavens are not asking you to fight. They are asking you to receive. So, receive now. Receive the home, the account, the clarity, the apology you may never hear but no longer require. Receive the courage to begin anew, the respect that is your birthright. Receive it not with trepidation, but with sacred fire, with unwavering faith, with the authority of one who knows angels fought unseen battles to bring you to this exact moment. And beloved, look at you. You stayed. You listened. You did not flee. And now the gates are wide. So walk through them as the miracle you are. You are not cursed. You are not late. You are not insignificant. You are not forgotten. You are the one they tried to conceal, but the cosmos remembered. You are the promise they hoped would fade, but the source revived. You are the abundance they hoped would remain dormant, but Archangel Raphael has just delivered it to your spirit. This is your moment. No more waiting. No more diminishing. No more seeking permission. Step into what has always been yours. The truth about your abundance is no longer concealed. It is alive. It is active. And it is journeying to you at this very second. Let it come. And when it arrives, accept it boldly, peacefully, and without apology. You are ready now. Let it be done. Let it be so. And still, beloved, there is more. Not because anything was omitted, but because Archangel Raphael perceives a final thirst in your soul, a longing for the ultimate assurance that every wrong will be made right. So listen, for these words are only for those who remained until the absolute end. Those who did not rush. Those who sat in stillness and let the cosmos transmit. Raphael says this: what is coming will not fit into the logic of those around you. It is not meant to, for this blessing was not crafted in earthly workshops. It was forged in the silent furnaces of heaven, where angels inscribe the destinies of those who hold faith. And they have been inscribing yours, your endurance, your quiet strength, your fractured hope, your rising conviction. You did not seek vengeance. You did not broadcast your pain. You simply held on. And now, because you held on, the universe is sending something that was never supposed to bypass you. The angels held it in reserve until you were strong enough to steward it. Raphael says, it is not merely a number in an account. It is not merely an asset. It is your justice. For let us speak plainly, an injustice was done to you. Let us not soften it. It was a breach of trust. It was unfair. It did cause pain. And they assumed time would bury it. But time cannot bury what the cosmos still holds in its memory. And right now, the source is reaching into that moment in your timeline and decreeing, no. This was not equilibrium. And I will restore balance. You may feel the urge to weep. That is permitted. Tears are truth in liquid form. Let them fall. Let them express what your voice has been too weary to utter. For these are not tears of sorrow alone, they are tears of release. Raphael is closer than your own breath. He witnesses what you never confessed, that moment you realized they had been concealing things, that moment you understood they did not champion you, that moment you wept in solitude so no one would hear. Raphael saw. And the cosmos mourned with you. But now the cosmos rejoices, for what was diverted is returning, multiplied. You may soon notice unusual activity around you, unexpected check-ins, conversations turning to topics of inheritance or old assets, a palpable shift when your name is mentioned. It is not your imagination. It is corroboration. And when you receive your first tangible sign, and you will, do not freeze. Do not retreat. Simply speak aloud, I receive this. I remember who I am. For that is the ultimate activation. This miracle is not solely about finance. It is about identity. It is about remembrance. It is about walking into the life your soul contracted to live. Raphael says, tell them not to apologize for their blessing. For some of you were conditioned to feel shame when things go well. But this time, there is no shame. This time it is clear. This time it is holy. This time it is yours. And when it arrives, you will not need to justify it. You will simply know, the cosmos moved for me. So breathe, beloved. It is finished. The hidden truth has been illuminated. Your name has been reinstated. Your abundance is returning. And your story is no longer fractured. It is being rewritten in light. The angels are in celebration. Raphael is at peace. And the universe, it is whispering, I never forgot you. I was only awaiting the perfect moment. And this, beloved, is that moment. Let it all begin.